Hey, we're here with another episode of What's Your Story? Y'all know who I am, Pedro Gatton, Just Cat. And let me tell you how God works things out, y'all. I'm at a barbershop on a Monday morning. Y'all know barbershops are not open on Monday morning. And what's barbershop? What's the name of the barbershop, Paul? Yeah. Yes, sir. Long story short, so I came in, I see Paul had one of his regular customers there, and a guy walked in with this Dallas uniform on, and he said, guess what? He was from Fresno and originally from Amory, but I'm gonna let him tell you your story. Who I have here today?
It's Earnest B Morgan, right from Amory, Mississippi, by way of Tupelo, and I'm living in Frisco, Texas right now.
Gotcha. So if y'all don't know who Earnest B is, this man is the man when it comes down to barbecuing. This man owns his own restaurant in Fresno, Texas, and guess what? He's a diehard Cowboy fan. But Earnest B, man, I just want to ask you something, man. I like to know your story. How did you even get to the point doing barbecue? Tell me how you got here, man.
Well, thank you first of all. Let me be here, man. I'm grateful for this moment. Just grateful to be in this amazing city, world-class city, Tupelo, Mississippi. The way I started doing barbecue, I'm from Amory, Mississippi, and the original way we started in 2001, my mom, we was passing the church in Amory, and I had a little small metal building. I wasn't even in the barbecue business at all, but we started cooking for a fundraiser at the church, and we had a deacon in our church that would barbecue. I couldn't cook nothing. At least I thought, right?
Yeah.
And so the deacon was cooking barbecue. My mama says she was on drugs, but she wanted to help the church out. And she said, I'm gonna teach you how to make this sauce. I don't have a recipe, but I'm gonna teach you how to taste it. And my mom would make up this barbecue sauce, and we put it on the guy's ribs, and people went crazy over it. And that's how we started. Well, I started doing it like that, and we kept every week fundraising, lines of people standing out front of the church. Remember, this was called Greater Love Faith Cafe. The church was Greater Love Outreach Center in Amory. It wasn't no Earnest barbecue or none of that nature, but people would line up to eat the barbecue. And so with my mama's sauce, we kept it going. And one day the deacon told me, we moving from Amory, we going to Birmingham. And with all this business we had, he's getting ready to leave. And he said, Rev Morgan, I can't stay. I got to leave. And I went in prayer that night. I asked God, I said, Lord, why would you give us this business and nobody to cook? And he said, I'm gonna teach you how to cook, but don't cook like you saw him cook. I'm gonna give you a way to cook, because he should take a mop and mop the ribs. And the Lord told me, never mop your ribs. And so I grabbed a recipe from God, and after I burned up cases of ribs and cases of brisket and cases of pork,
Not burned it up.
I burned it up. I burned to learn. You heard what I just said?
Hey, that's a good one.
I burned to learn. So I kept messing up to get it right.
Gotcha.
And I kept cooking. I stayed with it. And even if the meat wasn't good, my mama's sauce would cover up imperfection.
Ooh,
And so that's it.
Oh my God. Bro, that is
My
deep.
mama's sauce would cover up imperfection.
Oh Lord,
So that's how I started.
Boy, that's two right there,
That's
y'all.
how I started.
We
That's
just
how I
got
started.
So I know you said you started in Amory. So how you end up in Fresno, Texas, man?
Frisco, Texas.
Frisco, not
Okay,
Fresno.
Frisco.
Y'all confirm.
So I'm gonna take you here. So I started cooking in Amory, and we opened up the first Earnest barbecue on Highway 278 and Martin Luther King Boulevard in front of Larry Clark Chevrolet.
Okay.
It was an old house sitting there, a vacant house. And this old, used to be grocery store, Upshaw grocery store was on the corner. And I just always could see stuff in nothing. Like I could always see something in nothing. I took this old grocery store, and when we took the grocery store, we ended up taking the grocery store, revamping the grocery store, and that ended up being my church. And when I went from there, I took the restaurant next door, would later become Earnest Barbecue, was a house, a 3-bedroom house. And I took the living room and made it where you wait on the food. We took the foyer, we made a cash register there, and I had one room that I could put 12 people in one room, which was the bedroom when you come in the house. And they said that's when I became famous. People discovered me on side of the road in Amory, Mississippi. So I stayed there. I stayed in Amory, but I always wanted more. I always felt like it's more. So Across the road in Amory, it was a hotel opening called the Heritage Inn.
Oh yeah,
right by River Birch.
Yeah, I know what's that.
Time the paint hadn't even dried good. The owner called me. They from Arkansas. They wanted to know, did I want to move my restaurant from the house to the hotel? So here I go. I'm finna get an opportunity to open the door for me. I moved the restaurant from the house into the hotel across the road. And the restaurant was called Earnest B's Restaurant. Well, after that, Amory was my house, Earnest B's Restaurant.
Okay.
And so I from the house to the hotel. And so I tell people, when destiny call, it take one call to destiny, because you can go from nothing to something just like that.
Wow.
And I went in the hotel. It was a bold move because I didn't even never cook. Remember, I was cooking in a one-room house. And now I got a full restaurant. I can see 100 people all in one call. The next call you get could be a call that change your life and alter your whole life. And so even Amory still wasn't good enough. So I stayed at Amory. The tornado come hit Smithville, Mississippi. That same year, when I moved in, the tornado hit Smithville, Mississippi. That was like 2012, 2013. Well, they kept trying to get me in Tupelo. So here I go. I come to Tupelo. At that time, I was getting my hair cut at A+ Barbershop. Aaron Washington, great friend, Paul Collier, P-Roll, which is Rev Adams. This is his shop. They was all in with me and Amory anyway. But they kept saying, man, you need to be in Tupelo. You need to be in Tupelo. So here I go. I go to Tupelo looking for a building, and just so happened, downtown Tupelo on Troy Street behind M&M, ML&M, and Reed's, there was a restaurant had been there.
Okay.
And Rob Leslie, that owns Roman's Grocery, he had a place in there. He was closing it down.
Wow.
So here I go, bold. I'm leaving Amory. Now they're gonna be mad at Amory, but watch this. I want more. So I'm going to Tupelo because I felt like my barbecue's bigger than where I started. So I come to Tupelo, and we were the first African-American family to put a full-scale restaurant downtown, I'm talking about right downtown in front of Renaissance Bank and Bank Corp South. And I was bold enough. I didn't really know nobody in Tupelo, but the brothers like Aaron them that knew me. But I come in this city, man, and I came to Tupelo, and we did amazing in Tupelo. Like, it just blew out. But some kind of way, I just couldn't get everything to just line itself up the way I thought. And we go back to Amory. After 1 year, I did a 1 year deal in Tupelo. I go back to Amory, and I took an old bank.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I took an old bank going on 278. So I decreased the lead. I didn't know that was my low. The smallest space I was in was this bank, which you can't even sit down with me no more. It was a fast serve. We were jamming up traffic on 278 to get in my restaurant. But that was that moment. I was trying to hang on to something that God was trying to get me to release.
Wow.
And I didn't know it. And I didn't know how to exit. And one day my wife said, Ernest, she said, we better than this. And I went back to Dallas because I went to college in Dallas in 04.
Okay.
Bible college. And I went back, called a guy that I used to sell cars with that was an intern at a car lot in Dallas. When I was in Dallas in 04, I was working in Duncanville, Texas.
Wow.
Okay. And so if you know anything about Friendship West Baptist Church, Dr. Freddie Haynes, you ever heard of him? Well, his church, Duncanville, is right there.
Okay.
Anyway, I went back and started work for him. And then he said, listen, man, we got a place coming up called Frisco, Texas. It was when I went back, he was in Plano, the car lot, Crest Cadillac Infinity. In Plano, they said it's a place called Frisco, and it's going to take over the world. And I said, well, Frisco, now watch this.
Take over the world.
Take over the world. They said everybody, it's going to be a high demand. So what I did, I said, take over the world. Now, at this point, I'm broke. And I'm a preacher. I've been preaching 27 years.
Wow.
So I live for God. My heart was for God. But financially, I had been challenged. We had to file bankruptcy. I'm telling this stuff because this is where I am and who I am. We filed bankruptcy on my home. I built a beautiful home in Beckham, Mississippi, tremendous neighborhood. But through all the transition, I let some stuff go. And my ministry-wise, it seems like I had fell from grace. Nobody ever knew me outside of ministry, but people got mixed up business and ministry is two different things.
Yes, sir.
So people thought I wasn't preaching no more. So the doors of the preaching scene is shut down on me.
Yes, sir. Hold on one second, Earnest B. Come around to the back, my man. I just want y'all to see this guy right here. He's the reason how all this guy started.
That started.
He called Paul on the Monday morning to get his hair cut. Introduce yourself, man.
I'm Jay Weaver. I'm also from Amory, Mississippi. Well, my
I
man
love
Ernest
you, man.
is-
You got my
brother.
number, man. I'm
I
glad
got
to
you.
meet you today,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I'm gonna get out to Frisco soon.
This
Yeah,
all
check it out.
this all divine right here, man.
Yes, sir.
This all divine.
Take it easy, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you,
Paul,
y'all.
I appreciate you.
All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. That man right there got it started. Go ahead.
well, I'm gonna go on in a nutshell. Tell this story is once I left here, I loosed everything, and my ministry was still in me. Haven't failed from grace, haven't cheated on my wife, no moral failure, just going through challenges, my business. But people didn't understand that life happens.
It does.
And in life, you go through stuff. In life, you go through stuff, but you go through it. Don't get stuck in it. And when I left here, I had $150 to my name in bankruptcy, foreclosed my house. My wife had no way out of the house in Becker. I'm going to Dallas in a catering van. I ran around Tupelo in. All I got left is a $3,500 van that I bought from a customer that was eating ribs in my restaurant. And now I'm going to Texas to a place that I hadn't been in. At this time, it had been 12 years. And I was in South Dallas. And now God's sending me North Dallas, which is a wealthier area, and I'm broke. He sent me to a wealthy area with no money, with bad credit. And he told me, you got all you need. And I'm saying, how do I have all I need? He says, in you. What's in you is what God's looking for. So I didn't know that crushing season was my making season. And fast forward, I followed the car lot. I didn't get an audible voice from God, said, go to Frisco. The car lot said, we moving to Frisco. I followed the car lot to Frisco. Frisco was a foreign country to me. And when I got to Frisco, I started selling cars. Ultimately, ended up #1 guy in the company. It was Fortune 500 company.
Wow.
They sent me out in Frisco as a car salesman to drum up business to come, the Chamber of Commerce and all those places to get people to come buy cars. And then I just started attracting people to me. I was working for the car lot, but I didn't know God was placing people in my life personally. I didn't know.
He was. And with that being said, I used to sell cars too. So I used to sell cars in Houston, Mississippi, Eden Chevrolet. I did fairly well, but it wasn't about the money. It was about the relationships. And people, when you come down to selling, people fail to realize that everybody pretty much selling the same thing. You got to sell you. And you have this gravitating spirit that when you walked in here, I didn't have a clue who you was at that moment. But I put barbecue in Texas and Amory together. I said, Lord, this is Earnest B. Did not know it. And this morning when I woke up, and this was divine, Lord, I need somebody to interview. And I told you I want to be natural. I want to be somebody I don't have to call. Paul was in here, that gentleman that just left, and everything worked out. And brother, for you to sit down and have the time to talk to, I say little old me, because you know Jerry Jones,
Oh, yeah.
you know Dak, Zeke, what's the guy that just got traded?
Michael Parsons.
You know, all
The
these
features of a rookie.
these guys are,
Emmett Smith, Drew Pearson, Jerry Jones' son.
you see what I'm saying? Those guys are household names. Earnest B, and I'm going to just tell you a household name. Whether you want to believe it or not, you are. Because like I said, I hadn't saw you in years. And how I put three things together, and I said, Lord, it's Earnest B. So what I'm telling you, man, your story alone going to help somebody. What you telling us right now, what you telling the world is going to see this.
Yes.
They going to see it.
Yes.
And your story alone, man, because my story, your story, Paul's story over there alone can help someone. And Earnest B, man, for you to pack up $150, bad credit, and just leave and go sell a car. And you didn't have a clue.
And then while I'm selling cars, you talked about relationship. I heard that word. Well, what I done, one day I was on the showroom floor. I finally started I went from making $2,000 a month to $20,000 a month to $180,000 a year.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm sitting on this $50 million dealership office, look like a banker's office, president. And I started seeing people walk by, and they weren't going to church. Car salesmen weren't going to church.
Wow.
And that's when the ministry side drew. And I birthed my church in 2016 called Empowerment. It's 10 years old this year, from a showroom floor to car lot that I was working in. I started a church with no number strangers. 99% of everybody I see daily are people that I didn't know in my life. In a progressive mogul city, I had to use integrity, allow God to use the gifts in me, and then I stretched to where I'm at. Say that again, I stretched to where I'm at. An environment like that, we was in, I had to use everything that was in me. Cause when your credit messed up and when you broke, the Holy Spirit told me to spend favor like money.
Ooh,
Spend
Lord.
favor like money. You gotta trust the people he bring in your life. Somebody gonna help meet your need. Because right now you're leaning on God. And that went from that, man. I ended up birthing the church. So currently, the same car lot that I worked in, which is Warren Buffett owned it, is Berkshire Hathaway.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so it's Crest Cadillac Infinity Volvo. It's a Berkshire Hathaway automotive company. I became a partner in 21. So my restaurant ended up in the car lot. My name was next to the Infinity sign in Frisco.
Wow.
So I became the only African American in the history of Texas, the state of Texas. I ended up in Texas Monthly, which is the #1 magazine in Texas. And the rest is history. That's when I started meeting the Dallas Cowboys. They come by Escalades. So I worked for Jerry Jones. I worked for the Mavericks. I worked for PGA America. I worked for, I got connection with Texas Rangers. I got connection with the Dallas Stars, the hockey team. And then ultimately we went from there, got food truck. Then I just opened a new restaurant downtown Frisco right by. So people don't know the Chiefs own FC Dallas, which is the National Soccer Hall of Fame for the world. The Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs live in Dallas. The owner, Mr. Hunt, they live in Dallas. They just own the Chiefs in Kansas City.
Did not know that.
Okay,
Fun
his
facts.
daddy named Lamar Hunt. So Lamar Hunt is the football, the trophy they give out in the NFL. Well, his stadium is next door to my restaurant, 5 minutes. So I work for FC Dallas Soccer. So I'm a caterer for all the bowl games. Any bowl game that come to Frisco, I'm the caterer for the bowl games. So we ended up, graced by God, to put a restaurant downtown Frisco. From my mama's sauce, we took it from the stove. I found a company to make my sauce. So now I own 3 sauces. Earnest Mama Sweet Heat, which is my mom. My mother, by the way, is on the back of my bottles. And I ship them across the country. Mississippi vinegar. I got a vinegar-based barbecue sauce, a sweeter version of vinegar. I got a Texas Heat. Then we own our rub company now. So I own all my seasonings are in bottles. So I got 5 products that we ship global from Frisco. So so now that we got 5 streams of income. So Earnest Barbecue Catering, that's my food trucks, my dine-in restaurant. I got a cooking show. So if you Google me, I teach barbecue concepts, 150 a person. Every 3 months come from all over Texas to my restaurant to watch me cook a barbecue that I learned in Amory that God gave me the gift to cook. So now I charge people to show you how to cook ribs. I take you to the pit, but that ended up a company now. So I got a cooking show. I got camera people be with me, and we teach that. And then we own the rub company and the seasoning company. And so we took one product that I couldn't get nobody to believe in me. Self-confidence is major because
I'm gonna ask you something. You're saying that with all it, how do you keep that? How do you stay connected? That's your watch. I'm sorry. How do you keep that confidence? How do you stay motivated or just in tune what God called you to do? You know what God had for you. But sometimes as Christian, I can speak for myself. I lose sight.
Okay.
So how do you stay focused?
Friend up. Be with people with more than you.
Okay.
More money. You can't be intimidated by successful people. My friends, my church in Dallas it just say my budget is $10,000 for the month. I got friends with $400,000 budgets for the same month.
Wow. Okay,
so in the business arena, I deal with corporate CEOs that they got they need a $50 million deal to happen when I need a $5,000 deal to happen. Just being in environments that keep you motivated. And what you see on a daily basis, I went from seeing, and I'm just saying, I'm driving a Hyundai right now. But I went from seeing that to Maseratis and McLarens and Bentleys and Rolls Royces on a daily basis. That's a normal car in Frisco. Any kind of car you name, I see it. So what you see daily, it becomes lifestyle.
Love it.
Now,
I love it.
on the basis of that, not to over spiritualize it, but to spiritualize it, what you asked me is my life, my relationship with God is what keeps me confident, is the core of it. And then my wife, we've been together 30 years, 31, been broke twice.
Wow.
My son, my daughter. So the people around me that I've taught faith to over the years, they've had to preach to me when I didn't think I was gonna make it. So I went from believing God for $100,000 a year to I need $100,000 a month.
Wow.
Every
Wow.
month. Every month.
Every month.
Oh yeah, every month.
Wow.
I need $100,000 a month. Ain't no year.
It went, man.
So then when your level change, your mind change.
Yeah. Your level change, your mind change.
Yeah, because
another one.
Yeah, because you
another
have to, so I had to, what I'm saying, but the little $100,000 a month I need, I got friends need 100 million a month. Because there's levels to this thing.
Gotcha. And people always say is new levels, new devils.
Yes.
And so by me, and I like what you said, and just change your mindset, you're freeing up. Well, being friends with Paul, this is the opportunity I got to meet you.
Yes.
So I freeing up. So
And
I
me and
freeing up with you,
Paul been friends through many seasons.
Yes, sir.
So we throw friends away easily when life happens. So many people walk away from friendships.
They do.
Because of politics or because of, I'm a holiness preacher and you're a Methodist preacher, you're a Baptist preacher, you're a Methodist preacher, you believe, hey, we believe in Jesus?
Period.
Okay, so don't let denomination stop relationships. That's what people have done.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to see him today.
Yeah.
He didn't know I was here. But real friends know when you're in pursuit. I wouldn't leave Tupelo and knew he was here and I could get to him because he was in my spirit to see. But at the same time, I've lost people growing.
Wow.
Some people don't even know what I've been through. They see Facebook, Instagram. I told you and telling whoever my story through the good and the bad.
You did. You did. You didn't leave nothing out.
And I'm still, right now, I'm trembling and trusting.
Trimming and trusting. Boy, you dropped them little nuggets.
Yeah. Well, I'm just telling you, right now I'm trembling and trusting. So all the success you see, I want people to know if it had not been for the Lord, it's no way I live a supernatural life.
Wow.
Like supernatural, meaning I couldn't do a crumb of what I'm doing and where I'm doing. I've been there 10 years in Frisco. 10 years.
Frisco.
He brought me from nothing to somewhere.
Wow. Man, your story, man. Anybody watching this, please watch this whole video. I know we at the end, but here's a story. When I say what's your story, this is a story I'll be talking about right here. I had no idea I was going to meet this gentleman today. That's how God put everything together. And so when you struggling in life, please know it is a way you can make it out. Trust and believe in God, and he'll see your way through. And where Earnest B right here come from a little town called Amory, Mississippi, and now he's in Texas. He's that guy. He don't want to be that guy, but he is that guy. And with all that being said, Earnest B, tell me where your restaurant located and address and for somebody out there.
So I live by this principle, and I want to share this with you. It's not your setback, but your comeback. And so I want to encourage whoever it is, whatever you're going through today, whether it's a family crisis, a health issue, a financial dilemma, or just a challenge itself, you can recover from a fall. My restaurant is in Earnest Barbecue and Catering, 6065 Sports Village Drive, Suite 800, Frisco, Texas, 75033. You can get me at my website, earnestbarbecuecatering.com. Again, this is Earnest B Morgan. I'm honored to be on the podcast. I hope you enjoy it. God bless you.
Hey, it's the one and only, y'all. Until the next time, just kept.